Hi, I'm Jose Soto, and this is the Gary Report's Daily Dose. So, will this new ad that Rick Perry is now going to broadcast, which in the ad you have Rick Perry attacking openly gay people in the military? There has been a lot of outrage because of this ad, and even within the Rick Perry campaign, there is a lot of rift because of this ad, even though they're trying to paint it as no, there's no problem. But there is a lot of problems, actually. I had some few contacts that have told me before yesterday that there were actually a lot of rifts and huge problems because of this internally. But how would this affect the campaign? We have to wait and see. Rick Perry, when he came onto the scene, he had a lot of popularity. His ratings were high. He had good straw poll numbers, and he was up there. And now he's been down for the last, I would say, 4 or 5 weeks, and he's been losing a lot of these straw polls. He's been losing in the numbers as we see Newt Gingrich rising. But the question now for us is whether this ad campaign actually will help him, or would it actually not help him. The ad that attacks openly gay service members will definitely not help Rick Perry, because who else does he have to convince? Who his supporters are hardcore supporters of his campaign. Many of them are social conservatives, so he doesn't really need to be anti-gay as he is with this ad to attract new voters in Iowa or in New Hampshire or anywhere else. He is sticking to his very small but vocal base, which means that this campaign is going nowhere and will probably end up in a cul-de-sac. So what we need to realize is this campaign is basically on its last ropes. So I'm not worried that Rick Perry will get back in the game or his numbers will rise up. I'm more worried about Newt Gingrich. In fact, he's probably the one that might be up there. He will be next in line to get all the new attention, and he will probably receive most of the support from the GOP establishment because of his somewhat moderate views of carbon taxes, environmental issues, even abortion issues. You might be surprised how much Newt Gingrich would actually agree with many of the liberal principles, which would actually be a very, very hard sell if he actually won the nomination. Another proponent or a candidate that is trying to gain some numbers here is Ron Paul, and I think that Ron Paul could be a serious, very serious threat to the GOP establishment, more so than Herman Cain ever was, because Herman Cain was basically a liar. And of course, the more that they lie, the more in deep you know what they're in, and nobody will believe them, and of course their campaign will falter like it did with Herman Cain. But I think that the race will be between Romney and Newt Gingrich and Ron Paul, and let's see where that goes. But Rick Perry, his ad, his anti-gay ad, was basically going to hurt him in the long run, and he's trying to excuse himself away by saying that, well, I will not discharge openly gay members, because after Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed, a lot of military members, soldiers, have come out of the closet. So what would we do about these people if you were to reintroduce Don't Ask, Don't Tell? It wouldn't make sense. It would be like trying to put toothpaste back into the tube. It's not gonna work. So, in its all logical sense, all of this pandering is to basically, I think personally, is to reinforce his strong supposed conservative values, which he has none, and is to reassure to those social conservatives that he is not gay. As you might have heard, there are rumors that he might be bisexual. And I think personally some of those opinions or rumors might actually be true. And of course, each person can draw up its own conclusion about that. But of course, that is our take here at thegayreport.net. And we hope that you enjoyed today's Daily Dose. Thank you and have a great day.